Lionel Messi was born on June 24, 1987, in the city of Rosario, Argentina. No one could have imagined that this quiet little boy would one day become one of the greatest football players in history. His family wasn't rich. His father, Jorge Messi, worked long hours in a steel factory. His mother, Celia Cucitini, worked part-time cleaning houses and later in a small factory. They lived a simple life. Money was limited, every expense mattered. There were no luxury vacations, no expensive toys, no private football coaches, but there was something far more valuable. A family that believed in him from the time Lionel could walk. He chased the football. His grandmother, Celia, was one of his biggest supporters. She often took him to football practice and encouraged coaches to let the tiny boy play against much older children. Many coaches hesitated. He was so small, so quiet, so shy. But once the game started, everything changed. The ball seemed glued to his feet. He dribbled past defenders with incredible balance. His speed surprised everyone. Even boys several years older struggled to stop him. At just 5 years old, Messi joined Grandoli, a small local football club where his father coached. Soon after, he moved to Newell's Old Boys, one of Argentina's most respected youth academies. People began talking about the little boy who scored goal after goal. Some called him a football genius, others believed he had the talent to become a professional. But then life changed overnight. At the age of 11, doctors diagnosed Lionel with growth hormone deficiency. His body wasn't producing enough growth hormone. Without treatment, he would stop growing normally. For a young football player, the diagnosis was devastating. Many clubs believed he was simply too small to succeed. The treatment offered hope, but it came with an enormous price. The hormone injections cost approximately €10 every month. For Masia's family, that amount was impossible. His parents desperately searched for help. His local club contributed for a short time, but eventually the money ran out. The future looked uncertain. Lionel continued training despite everything. Every evening, his mother gave him painful hormone injections in his legs. Day after day, month after month. He never complained. He simply wanted to keep playing football. His dream never changed. He didn't dream about money, or fame, or luxury. He dreamed about becoming a professional football player. His family contacted several clubs in Argentina. Most refused to help. The financial risk seemed too great. Many believed investing thousands of dollars in such a small child wasn't worth it. It seemed as though Lionel's dream might end before it had even begun. Then something extraordinary happened. Scouts from FC Barcelona heard about the young Argentine. They invited Messi to Spain for a trial. He was only 13 years old. During the trial, coaches watched him play. They couldn't believe what they were seeing. Despite being much smaller than the other players, Lionel dominated every game. His vision, his dribbling, his passing, his finishing, everything seemed extraordinary. Barcelona's sporting director knew they couldn't lose him. According to football legend, the first agreement to sign Messi was written on a simple paper napkin because the club wanted to secure him immediately. But there was one condition that changed Lionel's life forever. Barcelona agreed to pay for his expensive growth hormone treatment. It wasn't just a football contract. It was a chance to save his dream. For Masia's family, it was an emotional decision. Leaving Argentina meant leaving relatives, friends, and everything they had ever known. It meant crossing the Atlantic Ocean to begin a completely new life. No guarantees, no certainty, only hope. Years later, millions would know Lionel Messi as a World Cup champion, a Ballon d'Or winner, a football legend, a global icon. But before the trophies, before the records, before the billions of fans, he was simply a small boy from Rosario. A boy who was told he was too small, too weak, too risky, yet he never stopped believing. Sometimes, the greatest stories don't begin with the strongest child. They begin with the child who refuses to give up, and Lionel Messi was about to begin one of the greatest journeys in sports history. The frightened 13-year-old who arrived in Spain carrying nothing but hope was slowly becoming the player who would inspire billions of people around the world. The dream that began on the streets of Rosario was getting closer to becoming reality, and soon, the entire football world would learn the name Lionel Messi. After years of extraordinary performances in Barcelona as youth academy, Lionel Messi was getting closer to his biggest dream. The coaches believed he was ready, the club believed he was special. Now he had one final step, the first team, in October 2004. At just 17 years old, Lionel Messi made his official debut for FC Barcelona. The teenager who had arrived from Argentina carrying nothing but hope was now wearing one of the most famous jerseys in world football. It was a dream that millions of young players imagined, very few ever achieved. Messi knew the opportunity could disappear with one bad performance. He played without fear, season after season. His confidence grew. His dribbling became impossible to stop. His vision amazed teammates. His finishing became more clinical every year. Then came another unforgettable moment. In May 2005, Messi scored his first official goal for Barcelona. The assist came from the legendary Ronaldinho, who immediately celebrated with the young Argentine. Many fans would later remember that moment as the symbolic passing of the torch. One superstar was welcoming the next. As the years passed, Messi improved at an incredible rate. He wasn't the tallest, he wasn't the strongest, but defenders simply couldn't take the ball away from him. His balance, his acceleration, his close control, his football intelligence, everything seemed extraordinary. Soon, Barcelona built its team around him. Together with world-class teammates, Messi helped create one of the greatest football teams ever assembled. The trophies arrived one after another: La Liga titles, Copa del Rey trophies, Spanish Super Cups, then came the biggest prize in European club football, the UEFA Champions League. Barcelona conquered Europe multiple times, with Messi leading the attack. Night after night, he produced moments that fans had never seen before. Solo runs through entire defenses, impossible goals, perfect free kicks, brilliant assists. Football became art. The records began falling almost every season. First as to 100 goals, then 200, then 300, then 400. Eventually, Lionel Messi became Barcelona's all-time leading scorer, finishing his legendary career at the club with an astonishing 672 goals in 778 official matches. It was a record many experts believed might never be broken. He also became one of the greatest playmakers in football history, providing more than 300 assists for Barcelona. His combination of goals and assists was unlike anything football had ever witnessed. Individual awards followed. In 2009, Messi won his first Ballon d'Or, recognizing him as the best football player in the world. Then another, and another, and another. Year after year, he stood on football's biggest stage, collecting the sport as most prestigious individual award. By the end of his Barcelona career, Messi had won a record number of Ballon d'Or trophies, confirming his place among the greatest players of all time. His popularity exploded across the globe. Children wore his number 10 shirt. Fans traveled thousands of kilometers just to watch him play. Millions filled stadiums wherever Barcelona competed. Television audiences reached hundreds of millions. His highlights were watched billions of times online. The shy boy who once struggled to make friends had become one of the most famous people on earth. Financially, everything changed as well. His salary increased dramatically with every new contract. Global companies competed for endorsement deals. Brands such as Adidas, Pepsi, and many others partnered with him, turning Messi into one of the highest paid athletes in the world. His annual earnings reached tens of millions of dollars, then over 100 million in several years. The poor boy whose family once couldn't afford life-saving medical treatment had become a global superstar, earning more in a single year than he had once imagined possible. Yet, despite the fame and fortune, Messi remained remarkably humble. He rarely sought attention. He let his football speak for him. Teammates admired his quiet leadership. Coaches praised his professionalism. Fans loved not only his brilliance, but also his humility. By the time he left Barcelona in 2021, Lionel Messi had won more than 35 major trophies with the club. He had broken hundreds of records, scored hundreds of unforgettable goals. inspired millions of young footballers around the world, and transformed FC Barcelona into one of the most successful clubs in football history. The small boy from Rosario, who had once been told he was too small to succeed, had become the greatest player Barcelona had ever seen. But there was one dream that still remained unfinished. No matter how many club trophies he won, no matter how many records he broke, there was one prize his entire country was still waiting for him to lift: the FIFA World Cup, and that dream would become the greatest challenge of his life. For Lionel Messi, winning trophies with Barcelona was never enough. There was another dream, a much bigger one, to bring the FIFA World Cup back to Argentina. The entire country believed he was the chosen one. Fans compared him to Diego Maradona. Many expected him to carry the national team to glory. The pressure was unimaginable. Every match felt like a final. Every mistake became national news. Messi made his senior debut for Argentina in 2005. His first appearance lasted less than 1 minute before he received a red card. It was a painful beginning, but he refused to let one moment define his future. Year after year, he continued representing his country. He scored goals, created chances, inspired teammates, yet the biggest trophies remained out of reach. In 2007, Argentina reached the Copa America final. They lost. Messi was devastated. 3 years later came the 2010 FIFA World Cup. Millions believed Argentina could become champions. Instead, they were eliminated in the quarter-finals. The dream continued slipping away. Then came 2014, the tournament that almost changed everything. Messi led Argentina all the way to the FIFA World Cup final against Germany. The entire world watched. More than 1 billion people followed the match. One goal would decide football history. Argentina fought until the very end, but in extra time, Germany scored. Final score: Germany 1-0 Argentina. Messi stood silently on the field, just one victory away from completing the greatest dream of his life. The image of him walking past the World Cup trophy became one of the most emotional moments in football history. The pain didn't end there. In 2015, Argentina reached another Copa America final. They lost to Chile on penalties. 1 year later, history repeated itself. Copa America Centenario final, Argentina, Chile, again. Another penalty shootout, another heartbreaking defeat. Messi missed his penalty. The criticism exploded. Some people questioned his leadership, others unfairly claimed he could never succeed with Argentina. The pressure became overwhelming. Shortly after the defeat, Messi shocked the football world. With tears in his eyes, he announced his retirement from international football. He said, "The national team is over for me." Millions of Argentinians couldn't believe it. The greatest player of his generation was walking away. Fans begged him to return. Former players called him personally. His family encouraged him not to give up. After weeks of reflection, Messi made one of the most important decisions of his life. He came back, not because the criticism disappeared, but because his dream remained alive. He still wanted to make his country proud. He trained harder, led by example, supported younger teammates. He waited patiently for another opportunity. That opportunity finally arrived in 2021. Argentina reached another Copa America final. This time against their greatest rivals, Brazil, inside the legendary American Stadium. The pressure was enormous. The world expected another heartbreak. Instead, Argentina won 1-0. When the final whistle blew, Messi fell to the ground in tears. After more than 15 years of disappointment with the national team, he had finally won his first major international trophy. His teammates lifted him into the air. The entire country celebrated. Millions of Argentinians filled the streets. But one dream still remained: the 2022 FIFA World Cup in Qatar. At 35 years old, many believed it would be Messi's final chance. The tournament began with disaster. Argentina suffered one of the biggest upsets in World Cup history, losing 2-1 to Saudi Arabia. Critics immediately declared their tournament finished. Many predicted an early elimination. Messi refused to panic. He inspired his teammates. Match after match, Argentina improved. They defeated Mexico, then Poland. They survived an unforgettable quarter-final against the Netherlands, then overcame Croatia in the semi-final, finally the World Cup final. Argentina versus France, one of the greatest matches ever played. Messi scored, France came back, extra time, Messi scored again. France equalized again. Everything came down to penalties. The entire football world held its breath. When Argentina scored the winning penalty, history was made. Lionel Messi dropped to his knees, then looked toward the sky. After nearly 2 decades of sacrifices, heartbreaks, criticism, and impossible expectations, he finally lifted the FIFA World Cup trophy. The image became one of the most iconic moments in sports history. Millions of people cried, children celebrated in the streets, Argentina celebrated for days. The little boy from Rosario, who had once been told he was too small, who nearly lost his dream because his family couldn't afford medical treatment, who had suffered defeat after defeat wearing his country's colors, had finally completed football. Years later, many people would remember his goals, his records, his trophies. But perhaps his greatest lesson was something much deeper. Sometimes success doesn't come the first time, or the second, or even the third. Sometimes it comes only after years of failure if you refuse to give up. Lionel Messi didn't become a legend because he never lost. He became a legend because he never stopped believing. After conquering club football and achieving international glory, Lionel Messi entered a new phase of his life, one where football and business became deeply connected. By this point, Messi was not only a football legend, he had become a global brand, one of the most recognizable faces on the planet. His income came from multiple powerful streams. First, his football salary. Over the years, Messi signed historic contracts with FC Barcelona, later with Paris Saint-Germain, and eventually with Inter Miami. Each contract placed him among the highest paid athletes in the world, with annual salaries reaching tens of millions of dollars, and in some years exceeding 100 million when bonuses were included. But football was only part of his financial empire. The second major source was endorsements. Messi signed long-term deals with some of the biggest companies in the world. Adidas, one of the most valuable sports sponsorships in history. Pepsi, Budweiser, Gatorade, Apple, including global football broadcasting partnerships, and many other international brands. Each partnership added millions of dollars every year. But more importantly, they turned Messi into a global marketing icon. His face appeared in commercials across every continent. His name became a symbol of excellence, humility, and success. Beyond football and sponsorships, Messi also began building his business portfolio. He invested in luxury hotels in Spain and Argentina, real estate properties across Europe and the Americas, hospitality projects under the MIM Hotels brand, various commercial ventures connected to tourism and lifestyle industries. These investments created long-term wealth beyond his playing career. As his career progressed, Messi's financial influence grew dramatically. He was no longer just earning money, he was building generational wealth. By the mid-2020s, analysts estimated that Messi's total career earnings had surpassed $1 billion, making him one of the very few athletes in history to reach that level. This placed him in an exclusive group of global sports billionaires. But what made Messi different was not just how much he earned, it was how he achieved it. No scandals, no controversy, no loud self-promotion, just football, consistency, longevity, and quiet dominance for more than 20 years at the highest level. Even in his late 30s, Messi remained one of the most influential athletes in the world. His move to Inter Miami brought massive attention to football in the United States. Ticket sales exploded, stadiums sold out within hours, broadcast ratings increased worldwide. The Messi effect became a global phenomenon. He transformed clubs, he boosted leagues, he influenced economies. His presence alone was worth millions. And through it all, Messi maintained a simple lifestyle compared to many global superstars. He remained close to his family, focused on football, and avoided unnecessary attention. The boy who once struggled to afford medical treatment, who once depended on a club to pay for his growth hormone injections, now stood among the wealthiest athletes in the world. A career worth over $1 billion. But for Messi, the true value of his journey was never measured in money. It was measured in moments, goals, trophies, and the joy of playing the game he loved since childhood. Because in the end, Lionel Messi didn't just build a career, he built a legacy. Lionel Messi's story is more than a football career, it is a lesson, a message to the world, a reminder that greatness is not defined by where you start, but by how far you are willing to go from the beginning. Nothing about Masia's journey was easy. A small boy from Rosario, a medical condition that threatened his growth, a family struggling financially, a move to another country at just 13 years old, years of pressure, expectations, and criticism. Yet through every challenge, Messi chose one path: discipline. He trained when others rested. He improved when others stopped. He stayed consistent when success was uncertain. But Messi's greatness was not only about discipline, it was also about humility. Despite becoming the best player in the world, he never behaved like he was above others. He avoided unnecessary attention. He let his football speak. He remained close to his family throughout his entire journey. For Messi, success was never just personal achievement. It was about making his parents proud. It was about honoring the sacrifices they made. It was about representing Argentina with pride. It was about inspiring children who came from nothing, just like he did. His legacy is built on more than trophies, more than records, more than money. But of course, the numbers are historic: over 800 career goals, dozens of major trophies, multiple Ballon d'Or awards, a FIFA World Cup title, hundreds of assists, and more than 1 billion in total career earnings. Yet none of these numbers fully define him, because Masi's true impact is emotional. A small child watching football in a poor neighborhood believes, if Messi could do it, maybe I can too. That is his real legacy, inspiring billions around the world to dream bigger, to work harder, to believe in themselves even when no one else does. His journey proves something simple but powerful: size does not determine greatness. Background does not determine destiny. Circumstances do not define the future. Only persistence does. Today, Lionel Messi is remembered not only as one of the greatest football players in history, but as a symbol of hope, a symbol of quiet excellence, a symbol of what is possible when talent meets discipline and heart. And his story continues to inspire every new generation that steps onto a football pitch dreaming of becoming the next Messi.